signs around the show. Is it a tablet? Is it a phone? And that's a good question because it really is both. And I mean, as much as I love my phone, sometimes I want something that's a little bit bigger than that, and sometimes I want something that can fit in my pocket too. And you know, would it be nice to write on it also? Sure thing. So here to show us that is Ryan. Come on up.
Hey everybody, I'm Ryan. With me I've got Warren. He's going to be doing yoga. Given that this is my 5th day at CES, 3rd day of the show, I'm doing something I don't normally do, which is read notes on my notes. See what I did there? So rather than kind of a lavish production number or a highly produced video, we're going to do something a little more low-key and analog, and we're actually going to do, I think, probably this show's first speed caricature. So Warren here is actually going to draw me a caricature of me for the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds and see how far we can get. So this really isn't about me, it's about Warren and his caricature, well, and note, which I'm going to spend the next 3.5 minutes talking about while he's drawing. So what do we got? This is a note in case you haven't seen the signage, which I think is probably fairly difficult to miss because it's buses and billboards and a bunch of that stuff. It is a 5.3-inch device. It's got an HD screen. It uses our Super AMOLED display technology, so big, bright, vivid colors. And there's apparently a flesh color on the screen right now. Because it is Super AMOLED, it's got a 180-degree viewing angle, so you can see it from any direction. Under the hood, we've got a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor. It runs on AT&T's 4G LTE network and continues to run blazing fast, even at this point in the show when everything else is fairly bogged down. 8-megapixel camera on the rear. Oh, I like that color for my hair. 8-megapixel camera on the back, autofocus, LED flash, captures 1080p video. 2-megapixel camera on the front, 16 gig internal flash, 32 gig SD card, connect to a little hotspot, blah, 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 blah. The other cool thing, or one of the cool things that hasn't got a lot of play because we've spent a lot of time talking about the hardware, is this is going to be one of our first devices in North America to feature Samsung apps. So anybody, I'm assuming that people in the audience have a fair understanding of Android or have used an Android device. One of the things that as a new Android user can be a bit daunting is the Android marketplace. It's a big, scary world out there, kind of like the Wild Wild West. So what we've actually done with Samsung apps is take a bit of an approach to curate the app selection there and bring forward apps that are optimized for your device, like the Galaxy Note, and apps that may take advantage of one of the device's best features, which is the S Pen. So if we didn't have the S Pen, this would essentially just be a larger Galaxy S2 device. What we've done with the S Pen, please don't call it a stylus, is we've actually integrated it both into the hardware design of the device and then also the software. So what you've got with this handy little pen is a very accurate way to interact with your device. So you can see what Warren's doing there, drawing me using the S Pen. You can see as the lines different intensity and width, that's all got to do with 256 levels of pressure sensitivity. The pen also is accurate to 0.7 of a millimeter on there, so when you're drawing around, taking notes, drawing youth and angry face, you've got all of that stuff. But because we've also integrated it into the software, what you've got is activities that haven't previously been possible when using what have been a traditional capacitive stylus on the device. So we can do things like screen captures. I can hold the button, double tap on the screen, it brings up a lighter version of the app that he's using called S-Memo Lite that allows you to quickly scribble a note on top of an app, so think about taking a phone and multitasking. Advanced photo editing, and then of course the drawing and all the work that he's doing right there with S-Memo. I think I would be remiss if I didn't say that S-Memo is capable of far more than just note-taking and drawing. My chin really look like that? Okay. S-Memo, you can kind of create collages, so that screen capture that I took of a map, I can paste in here, write a handwritten note, and quickly share it. So with that, I think we've got 5 seconds left. And I just want to say, let's give Warren and his speed caricature a big round of applause.